stopped trying to impress her. Most men think satisfying her is about doing more, but the most attractive move you can make is actually a tiny 30-second psychological shift that most guys completely miss. Stick with me because once you realize what this is, you'll never struggle to keep her attention again. A lot of guys mistakenly think that satisfying her is about grand gestures, expensive gifts, or playing the role of a perfect, polished movie star. But that's honestly where they get it all wrong. The reality is that most women don't stay emotionally connected because of flashy displays, and they stay connected because of how they feel in the small quiet moments of their daily lives. That's the satisfying her trick most men overlook the power of a radical emotional presence. When she speaks to you, she ain't just giving you data points. She is inviting you into her inner world, and she needs to know that you're actually there with her, not just waiting for your turn to talk. Most men are too busy thinking about how to fix her problems or what they're gonna say next to really listen. If you can stop, make eye contact, and really hear the emotion behind her words, you're already ahead of most people. This ain't just about dating, it's a vital life skill. Whether you're dealing with a coworker, a friend, or your partner, the ability to make someone feel deeply heard is the single most attractive quality you can develop. When she feels seen, the pressure to impress her disappears because she is already satisfied by your genuine attention. The next thing most men fail to realize is that the satisfying her equation is rarely about what you do, but almost always about how you make her feel in the process. You can be the most successful, fit, or charming guy in the room, but if your energy feels scattered, defensive, or disconnected, she is gonna feel it instantly. Women are incredibly intuitive when it comes to emotional shifts, and they pick up on your inner state before you even say a word. If you're constantly looking for external validation or trying to prove your worth, she feels that attention, and it actually pushes her away. Love psychology teaches us that attraction lives in the space where confidence meets ease. When you're truly comfortable in your own skin, you stop chasing her for approval and start creating an environment where she feels free to be herself. This applies to your daily routine too. If you carry yourself with a quiet, steady confidence in your career and hobbies, that same energy will lead into your relationship. It tells her that you're a man who's capable and secure, which is fundamentally satisfying to be around. Stop performing for her attention and start living a life that naturally attracts her. If this is hitting you, hit like and subscribe now. Another major error that keeps men stuck in a cycle of confusion is the obsession with chasing rather than building. Many guys think that if they just give her enough attention, constant validation, or gifts, she'll be satisfied forever. But the truth is, overgiving often creates a sense of imbalance that can eventually kill the spark. The secret to satisfying her is knowing how to lead the connection without ever becoming codependent or clingy. It's about being a partner who contributes value to her life rather than someone who relies on her for his own emotional stability. I think of it like this: if your happiness is 100% tied to her mood, you become a burden, not a partner. But if you have your own goals, your own values, and your own strong sense of self, you become a destination. When you show up as a man who knows where he is going, she feels secure enough to relax and open up. This is incredibly practical for your day-to-day life because it teaches you how to maintain your own boundaries. When you respect your own time and energy, other people, including her, will naturally respect you more. It's a win-win situation where your self-development directly fuels the relationship. We also need to talk about the concept of emotional leadership, which is the ultimate satisfying trick most men overlook. Being a leader in a relationship doesn't mean being a boss or telling her what to do. It means being the one who keeps his cool when things get chaotic. Life is full of stress, work, deadlines, and unexpected drama. And if you become a source of more stress, you ain't adding value. However, if you're the person she can turn to because you remain calm, steady, and solution-oriented, you become her safe harbor. Psychology shows that people naturally gravitate toward those who possess emotional stability. If you can validate her feelings without getting dragged into the conflict yourself, you're providing a service that she truly needs. This is a game changer for your daily life as well. Learning to observe your own emotions rather than reacting to them allows you to navigate conflicts without turning them into full-blown fights. By staying grounded, you show her that the relationship is safe, stable, and strong. When she knows that you won't fall apart when things get tough, she feels free to be vulnerable, which is the cornerstone of a deep, satisfying intimacy. Be honest, what's the one big gesture you've tried in the past that completely flopped? Drop a comment below. Let's see who's that the wildest experience trying to impress her. Something else that men often miss is the art of being consistently specific. Most guys are great at being generic, saying things like "you look nice" or "I love you" is fine, but it's not really memorable. To truly master the art of satisfying her, you need to notice the details that everyone else misses. Did she change her hair? Did she work hard on a project she was nervous about? Did she make a comment about a hobby she enjoys? When you bring those specific things up, you're telling her, I'm paying attention to the details of your life because you matter to me. At that level of detail is a massive signal of value. It proves you ain't just going through the emotions and the psychology of love. This is called active constructive responding, and it's the fastest way to build long-term bonds. This works in your life outside of romance too. When you make it a habit to notice details in your professional life or with your friends, you become a better communicator and a more observant human being. You start to see opportunities and connections that others miss. By becoming a man who truly notices the world, you become someone who's incredibly difficult to replace. A lot of men also fail because they treat their relationship like a problem to be solved rather than a garden to be nurtured. They look for a quick trick that will fix everything about relationships and broken machinery. They're living, breathing dynamics. The satisfying heartbreak most men overlook is a dish from how do I make her do what I want to how can I support her growth and our connection. This mindset shift is what separates boys from men. When you genuinely care about her well-being and her happiness, you act differently. You ain't playing games. You ain't calculating your next move, and you ain't keeping a scorecard of who did what. You're simply showing up as a teammate. This is the foundation of real mature love. It's also the secret to having a stress-free life. When you stop treating your partner as an opponent in a game of power, you get to stop playing the game entirely. You can just enjoy the company, the intimacy, and the shared journey. If you focus on being the kind of person who adds a peace and value to her day, she won't have to wonder if she's satisfied. She'll feel it in the way you treat her, and that feeling will keep her coming back to you. We talked about the 30-second shift, but I wanna know, do you think women actually value emotional presence more than grand gestures? Tell me your take in the comments. I'm reading every single one. One more thing, many men fall into the trap of thinking they need to be someone else to be enough for her. They try now wear a mask of invincibility, pretending they never get scared, sad, or tired. But psychology tells us that what actually builds attraction is authentic vulnerability. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be real. When you admit your mistakes, talk about your dreams, and show your human side, you give her permission to do the same. This has the satisfying heartbreak that most men overlook because they think vulnerability is a weakness. In reality, it's the ultimate strength. It builds a bridge between two people that makes communication effortless. This works everywhere. If you can be authentic at work, you become a leader who people actually trust. If you're authentic with your friends, your friendships go deeper. By dropping the act and being yourself, you make it so much easier for her to satisfy you too, because she ain't trying to figure out who you're behind the mask. She already knows, and she respects you for it. Authenticity creates a vacuum of trust that pulls people toward you. There are your take in the comments and share this with someone who needs it. Finally, remember that the goal of this entire process is to build a relationship that feels like a home, not a battleground. By applying these principles, listening deeply, staying grounded, noticing the details, and choosing authenticity, you're building something that lasts. You ain't just satisfying her. For the moment, you're building a legacy of connection. The most satisfying thing for her is knowing that you're the man who will still be there, still listening, and still growing with her 5 or 10 years from now. That's the kind of security that makes a woman feel truly cherished. So start small. Try one of these things today. Listen more than you speak. Notice something real and say steady when things get annoying. Use these tools in your daily life and watch how your confidence grows. You're not just learning a trick, you're learning how to be a better man. That's the most important journey you'll ever take. Keep these habits alive. Keep your focus on genuine connection, and you'll see the change not just in your relationship, but in every single area of your life. You have the power to create the kind of bond most men only dream of, and it all starts with your decision to show up better.